Welcome to the Healthy Christian Podcast. This podcast is dedicated to empowering Christians to live a fulfilled life by integrating biblical principles with practical steps. Whether you're seeking to deepen your faith, enhance your physical health, or improve your overall well-being, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome to the Healthy Christian Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 2, where we are going to be talking about the transformational power of food. And in this season, we're really kind of discussing what it means to be healthy in a physical standpoint. We're going to dive in today and talk about this topic of food foundation and understanding how food is meant to be viewed in our life. We're going to talk about how to think healthy about food. I think the very first thing we have to understand when we're talking about food and what it means to view food in a healthy way is to change our mindset. Right off the top here, I want to challenge your thinking about food. Now, let's talk about how most people view food. Most people view food as a pleasure, as something to be enjoyed and to have when we desire it, when we crave it, or when we want a late night snack or something to please us. But I want to kind of debate with you a little bit in this podcast to say that's not how God has designed food, and that's not how your body is even looking at food. You've got a few different really important ways that your body has been created to view food, and it's what I want to transition your mind to help you think about food in a healthier way. Number one, food is medicine. Food is medicine. We have to understand that food can heal you. We're going to talk about more on this topic in this episode, but this is so important to understand that food has powerful healing properties, tons of research around this. Number two is food is nutrition. Food is meant to nourish your body. If you've ever heard of proteins, carbs, fats, micro and macronutrients, this is so important for you to understand that your body needs certain things in order to function and to function well. Food is meant to be nutrition. And then also food is energy. So at a very core level, your food is broken down and used as energy on the cellular level. Understanding that your body can heal itself with food, that your body needs food to give it the nutrients that it needs to work and survive, and that this food is energy, that it's giving you energy throughout the day, and you don't have to depend on caffeine or coffee to give you the energy that you need. Let's transition our thinking into this. Imagine the power of food if you change the way you think and view food. Now, let's think about the beginning of your day. When you wake up and whatever you do for your morning routines, if you can begin to think about food as how can I wake up and heal my body? How can I wake up and give my body the nutrients that it needs? And what food am I going to eat or consume that's going to give me the energy I need? I guarantee you, if you look through this lens and filter, it will change what you eat for every single meal, breakfast, snacks. Your life will be transformed if you just change the way you think about food. And this was a major revelation in my life when I was a personal trainer. And I entered my first bodybuilding competition. And I was working with someone that was another trainer that was helping me get my food right. And at the time, I thought working out and entering these competitions was all about training well, disciplining your body, and the physical weight that would go into making your body the way it wanted. But this trainer, she began to show me how food has just an important part in this competition and in this fitness realm as did exercise. And this was new revelation for me. I'd never thought about I needed to discipline and use food just as much as I needed to do weights and exercise. This was brand new information for me that changed my thinking. I had to dive in and look at food as a brand new way and filter. And this was a journey because now everything I'm eating when I'm at a restaurant or I'm at the grocery store, I'm looking at food through the lens of, is this going to help me recover from a workout? Is this food going to give me the nutrients, the protein, the carbs that I need to help my muscles on the next workout that I'm going to do? And then also, is this food going to give me energy that I need throughout the day to sustain me? It really changed my mindset and how I viewed food. This is my encouragement to you is you don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't have to be doing crazy workouts to begin to transition your mind into thinking about food in a healthy way. Because we all need our body to heal itself. We all need proper nutrition and energy throughout the day. If we can get this thinking into our mindset and into our life, we'll begin to see that our life will truly transform in a powerful way. I want to share this with you, begin to talk about this, is food as medicine. Let's talk about this for a little bit more. You see actually in Scripture where God talks about food as medicine in Ezekiel 47 and Revelation 22, God talks about that He has designed trees and plants for healing. It even goes into talking about in Revelation 22 that there is trees that are made for the healing of the nations. This is the healing of people and groups that are going to need healing in this world. So I want you to know that already in the Bible, there is scripture and there is evidence that God has designed plants in this world for your body to be healed. And now in the time that we live in, there's a ton of scientific research and evidence around this. There's tons of doctors now that are beginning to see the power of food in your life, that your diet matters, that what you're consuming matters. I love the quote that talks about if you use food now to enjoy it as pleasure, then you're going to end up using medicine as food when you're older. But if you can use food now as medicine, then you won't have to use medicine in the future for food. God has plants and natural things that are designed for us to heal our bodies, to restore it, to give us the energy and nutrients that we need. But we have to think about food through this filter and in this mindset to do this. We're talking about the thinking about food in the revelation here. I want to go ahead and change your mind on one key thing, is food is not a reward. I know I'm going to say it again. You're not going to like it. Food is not a reward. If you treat food as a reward and as a pleasure, you're going to end up consuming tons of sugar and tons of food that is not healthy for you because we feel like we deserve it. Whether you've worked hard, you've been disciplined all week, whatever it is, if you view food as a reward, then you're going to easily go down a path where you're not going to eat healthy and you're not going to view it through the lens of energy and nutrition and medicine for your body. So this is a key filter to begin to challenge yourself on this, is to not let yourself view food through the wrong filter. That if you can change your thinking, you'll change your life. If you can change the way that you view food, that you will change what your future will look like because you'll have more energy. You will transform your life. My life has been transformed because of my filter of food. I have more energy. I'm not dependent on supplements and coffee and all of these other things that so many others are, because I can view food through the right filter. We've talked about in previous episodes the power of fasting. And sometimes it takes fasting and removing food from your life in order to help reset and to have this revelation and a healthy filter of food. If you're someone who's like, well, I love sugar and I love salt and I love all these things, well, maybe it's going to take a fast for you to reset your taste buds and to realign how you see, taste, smell, and experience food in your life. Some practical next steps to go from here is this: every time you go to eat or drink something, I want you to think about this. Ask yourself why. Why am I eating or drinking this? Is it out of pleasure? Is it out of habit or routines? Begin to just ask the question, why am I eating this? If it's healthy, ask, why am I eating this? Is it for the right reasons? Or am I viewing this through a negative filter of I have to do this? We have to retrain our mind to think and view food. Next time you go to the grocery store, just look at your cart as you're checking out and look at the food and say, why am I buying this? Begin to just challenge yourself in your thinking of how your routines are purchasing food and your habits on consuming food in your life. The next practical step is, if once you've challenged yourself, is begin to write it down. I know this can seem overwhelming, but there's a ton of good resources out there that will help you with this. Digital apps like MyFitnessPal can help you track food just by scanning a barcode, and they make it very easy for you to track your food. But what you'll begin to see when you track your food and you're aware of what you're eating is you'll begin to see what's going into your body. You can begin to track that, and when you begin to change, you'll know what you transition from, instead of just changing and hoping that your food lifestyle changes is going to work. I really encourage you to pay attention to the food you're eating now. Track the food that you're eating now. Ask questions about the food that you're eating now. When you go out to eat, right? Challenge yourself to look at the menu through this different lens of energy and nutrition and medicine to your body. A few really good resources for you to follow that people that know way more than I do that I want to encourage you to get connected to is there is a diet called the Maker's Diet by Dr. Josh Axe. And it really helps you view food and transition your mind into viewing how God has designed us to view food. Really great resource. He has tons of content, not just the book on the Maker's Diet, but a lot of great online content to help you view food through this healthy filter, and begin to research about apps and other things that can help you track food and make you aware of what's going into your body. Just start by making yourself aware and challenging your thinking, because if you can change your thinking about food, you can change your life. Hope you find this encouraging, and I look forward to many more conversations in the future. Thank you for tuning in to the Healthy Christian Podcast. Now it's your turn to put these principles we've discussed into action. We'd love to hear how they've impacted you. Please rate, review, and share the podcast with others. Join us on social media to continue the conversation and share your insights. Until next time, stay healthy.